slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are Saves vs. Death, a tabletop actual play and podcast that airs every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on twitch.tv/Saves vs. Death. Tonight we're playing our Cyberpunk RED campaign. I think I said that at the beginning anyway. Shades of Scarlet. I am Blank, the Game Master, Referee, and District. Question mark for some reason. With me today is Jess as Moxie11.
Hey guys.
Trust Issues, thy name is Moxie. Wraith as Games.
Hi, I'm Games.
You know, I caught myself halfway through and I just decided to go with it anyway.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm a poor orphan. Have you heard of me? I have a new album coming out. This doesn't rhyme. Hades is Deeps. Oh, yeah. He's gone. Oh, my God. My brain is not here today. Annette Jockey, movie star, rock star, who knows? Ada is Checkers.
Hello.
I didn't really spot the thing about Hades until I looked at my screen and was like, wait, isn't he saying, oh? Oh, right. The definition of daddy issues. And Giffy is Quinn.
Howdy.
A gun and a badge with a hero complex. Let me set you up with a dark content warning. I'll pass it on to Checkers out of whoever. Somebody other than me.
As you all know, this is a dark future, which means that, well, we are ridiculous most of the time. We encounter or occasionally do really dark things. We have tools to make sure our comfort levels are taken care of, but we can't do that for everybody. So if something disturbs you, please step away for 15 minutes. Take care of yourself. It's really important to us.
It is indeed. With that, we'll get to the last time on Cyberpunk Shades of Scarlet.
Bum, bum, bum.
Da-da.
Thanks, guys. And then that gives me enough. It stalls for enough time for me to just blank on what happened on the entire last episode. I do know that I have a lot to say, sort of.
This is gonna be a Shaggy episode. So
Oh yeah, we apologize in advance.
Yeah, I'm in a strange mood today. I'll just put that out there. Okay, so the gang, meaning Wraith, Deeps, and Checkers and Cammy, hang out on the couch watching. You're into Korean soap operas now?
We weren't doing Korean soap operas. We were doing a movie.
Oh, is the Born Identity marathon?
Yeah,
that's right. So watching, and who invited Nadia?
Yeah.
Over to watch with you guys. Where they crack the data files that they snagged from the Concrete Corp network. One of them is a file called Project Cerberus or something.
Chimera?
Chimera.
Chimera.
It's Chimera. Yeah, I named it. I know what it is. It's one of those mythical creatures. It's something.
Now I'm worried about what Project Cerberus is.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I have one of those.
It's
But
anything like the Black Ice
you know,
program. Everything is
potentially.
lit on fire.
Yeah. Project Hippogriff. Anyway, which explains that they are engineering structural failures in companies that they've worked or buildings that they've worked on. One of them happens to be the Kabuki arcade, which is the one of interest for our heroes. I use the term heroes very loosely. And the other one is just the floor plans for said arcade. They discuss kind of what to do with it, come up with a plan, say, yeah, we should have a meeting, and then proceed not to tell anybody outside of that room that there is no, that nobody's going, or that there's a meeting. Anyway, in the meantime, Moxie heads over to actually, you did some things beforehand, didn't you?
I interviewed Rex and had a...
Oh, yeah, you had a new interview with Rex, yeah. About how he feels about the current state of the Nook. And, yeah, I think that was pretty much your question. Then you go with Rex to meet with the Roamers, a gang that Moxie's family had worked with in the past. They go down, to have the meeting and negotiate the transfer of goods. And Moxie does recognize at least one of the Roamers. Kind of an older man named Sable, wearing some archaic looking goggles and head to toe in I get essentially desert gear, bandana over his head and face and heavy leathers. Anyway, they chat for a little bit, and she gets Sable to cut Rex a little bit of a deal. Some things fell through for Rex, as they often do, and he is having to figure out a secondary transportation. He did get the goods from the Roamers, but they are no longer going to transport them into the Nook for him. But anyway, as Moxie and Rex are about to leave, Moxie notices a familiar looking dirt bike. It belonged to her brother, Gregory, who was obviously flatlined in whatever event took place in Moxie's backstory, in Moxie's past. The bike causes her attention to immediately zero in. This was a special bike called Tweety Bird for its canary yellow color, and the fact that it makes intermittent tweeting noise when it rides. So she immediately asks where the hell anybody got this from. Sable explains that it belongs to their kind of lead mechanic, and Moxie demands to speak to said mechanic. He brings him out, mechanic basically comes up with a number of other potentially plausible stories for anybody who isn't Moxie. Who is more intimately familiar with the details of said bike and said family. They proceed to take him into one of the trailers inside of the Roamer's camp for questioning, where Moxie interrogates him, and he flings out a number of other stories. Through it all, I think the only thing that is incredibly clear is that he got information somehow from Juan, one of Moxie's previous pack members, who left at some point before the event. We're talking like a few years. But and in addition to that, Wrench himself is the one who kind of orchestrated at least the cleanup, quote unquote, the scavenging of tech from Moxie's family, the Woodrats. Moxie flies into a rage, largely because of, well, this guy is responsible for essentially just stripping her family of cybernetics after they're dead. But also because of, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but how indifferent he seemed about it. She punches him, draws her gun. Sable says, okay, talk time's over. Sends her out. She's livid, but she accepts. They take the bike, Tweety, and leave after calling Quinn to come help him out. Quinn arrives on scene, no questions asked, although he does put in a request to Rex about speaking later, because he earlier had gone over some of the juicy tidbits that he got from Hernandez, the sergeant of his precinct. Or not sergeant, sorry. Police chief. Head chief. He's a head chief.
Assistant chief.
Assistant chief. Sorry, I don't know. Some chief. Chief. I have this in my notes. I don't remember things off the top of my head clearly. My memory is the notes. Anyway. So. They take the bike home. No more questions. No more. No more events. Everybody just goes to their collective beds, and we end Saturday, June 24th, 2045. The night before the concert. The concert that is supposed to change at least your guys' world. How small it may be. But those events, everything that you've gone through to this up to this point, is finally accumulating up to this moment. Later today. You have about let's say about, was it a midday concert or is it an evening one?
Late evening. Nobody does a concert before 6 p.m.
Okay. So you have about 10 hours. No, I'm sorry. 14 hours, let's say. to get your ducks in a row for the events that are going to transpire this evening, one way or another. You're releasing an article in tandem with a concert in hopes that it will draw eyes and sell the news story contained therein. If you remember correctly, Desiree is intending to throw the concert on top of a semi-abandoned apartment building. So you'll be high up and have some escape routes if necessary.
I thought it was a radio tower.
I thought it was a radio
Radio.
tower.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as I know, that's still the plan. Sound of cars rush through your windows as the morning light breaks through. Haze of Night City smog starting to tinge the air into that muddy gray color as people rush to their jobs in the early mornings. What would you like to do for the day?
I'm gonna get out of bed and start making breakfast for the meeting and send a message to everyone. Hey, don't forget the meeting's here in 2 hours. And then post on my garden that I'm cooking breakfast and listening to the song Radio, Radio, Radio.
Okay. You will receive a slew of comments. Oh, I love that song. Why are you listening to that song? You should listen to this band.
Have you heard my band?
Have you heard Savage or Dead? He's playing that song and makes breakfast in the morning. How cute. Hard eyes, hard eyes, hard eyes.
But yeah, I'm just getting ready for everybody.
All right.
You get a thumbs up from Checkers.
Okay. How about anybody else? Quinn?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, Quinn sends a text message back. It looks like it's rushed and hard to read, but you think it probably says we'll try to come, but with like
Just a
a
bunch
lot
of
of spelling
typos.
errors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And extra letters for no reason.
Yeah, Cammy.
I'm-
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm also gonna send a message to Rex saying, "Can you meet this morning? Urgent."
Okay. In Moxie's apartment. Well, before that, Cammy just replies, ugh. And, Moxie's apartment. Actually, I'm sorry, the hotel room. You hear, you're woken to the sound of Rex's phone buzzing. He kind of rolls out of bed, checks the his agent, swipes a hand across his face. and says, or replies in the message. Yeah, I can meet. When now?
I respond ASAP, somewhere where we can't be overheard.
Nova, see you soon. Give me a little bit to get ready and get out the door.
All right. Quinn sends a cat emoji, shrugging his shoulders for some reason. In case you can't tell, he's very rattled today, so he's not doing his best on his text messaging.
Okay. Nice. He picks himself up out of the bed, starts stumbling over to dresser, hunting for clothes. Actually, you're probably still in suitcases, I would imagine.
Maybe. Moxie wasn't in bed when he woke up. She's sitting on the couch. It would look like she was watching TV if the TV was on.
So she's staring at a TV, blank screen.
Yep. She
Okay.
doesn't seem to move or react to him moving around.
Okay. He puts on his trousers, putting on his shirt and pulling over his jacket, and he turns around and he seems to actually have registered that you're sitting there, not in the bed. And he goes, "Holy shit." Are you alright? Moves over to you.
She doesn't react. And as he moves over, you can see she's got like 1,000-yard stare just at the wall.
He stands there for a moment, awkwardly. Puts his hand on your shoulder. Gives you your flesh a small squeeze. And moves into the kitchen to start brewing you both some coffee. Nukes some. You guys are on, or you're on pre-pack, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Nukes some like microwavable, like pancakes and eggs and bacon. Little pre-packed breakfast. Starts mixing it up. Adds a little salt and pepper. Brings it over. And sets it down on the table next to you. As along with the coffee. And he takes a seat on the other side of the little breakfast table. It says, I know nothing I say is really make anything better. But, we'll get him back. We'll make him pay.
Should have killed him.
No, you made the right choice there.
She doesn't respond.
It's not the easy one. He's not the one you want to bring down anyway. I mean, you do. But your journey ending there feels like you haven't gone the full distance, got back who you really need to.
When he said, there's he's not the one you want to bring down, her eyes do quickly snap over to his and focus on him until he says, well, you do. And she goes back to staring at the wall.
Okay.
Nods slowly.
Hey, I don't know if you've seen your messages, but apparently your gang wants to meet up this morning. I'm apparently got a meeting I gotta get to ASAP before that. Are you gonna be okay?
She gives him half a shrug.
Want me to call Cammy over? Or...
She doesn't respond in any way.
Okay. Sits there awkwardly for
He's gonna have to make that call.
few seconds.
Sorry.
Alright. He pulls himself up to his feet. Moves over to you, places his hands on your cheeks, and gives your forehead a kiss. Starts
She
heading.
reaches up and touches his hand.
Okay.
Very softly.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
She nods.
He whips out his agent on his way out the door. Says, fucking goddamn it. And then closes the door behind him. Anybody else want to do anything this morning? Checkers, Wraith.
I'm thinking, I think until the meeting. So I'm gonna. I've done some work on this, but I'm gonna work on gathering all the information I have on all the ways into the Nook I've researched and making some kind of options map.
Okay. What ways are you considering?
There's the sewers. There was. Sorry, now I need to check my notes real quick. And
Uh-oh. You lost a Jess.
uh-oh.
I'm sure she'll be back as soon as she can.
There's the apartment complex and the industrial offices north of the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
The covered parking lot, and then the other sewer entrance.
Yeah, the one that's a little farther away.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I just want to be able to show all the options visually.
Okay. Do you want to look at the map so you can actually plan it?
Sure.
Okay. Let's take a moment to look here. Let me make sure I can show you them. Well, you guys do have access to the layout of that building, so I think this one's probably okay to show. Oh wait, I'll go to the old map. Yeah. Sorry, give me like a second. Apologies. This one's probably okay to show. I know you're not really looking at anything at the moment, but
Theater of the mind.
okay. So, just showing off some things here. The entrance that the sewer with the Toxic Kings leads
Okay.
to. The manhole cover for where that presumably goes is right here.
Okay.
The apartments come in from the north about here.
Okay.
Then the other sewer entrance would be like that way. Let me ping you. Like that way. Way off that
Okay.
way. Okay. I'll let you look through that if you'd like to come up with something. I don't know if there's. I guess I can't. I can't show you the inside of this apartment, so that's a little complicated. But I don't think you have floor plans for the inside of the apartment exactly.
No.
But anyway, yeah. That's what you'll spend your morning doing.
Okay. And then the parking garage for our old building is in the red area.
Yeah, it's like this area.
That chunk of that area. Okay.
Yeah,
And
something like that.
how many stories was our old apartment building, and are there still stories on top of the parking garage?
There is one story above, directly above the parking garage.
Okay.
And then I believe it was 2 or 3 story.
For what?
I think it was 3 for sure.
For what?
For your apartment
Okay.
complex. And then I know that the arcade. Oh gosh, I just drew. Oh well. This guy is 2 stories. Oh, you didn't
Okay.
even see it, me draw.
Well, I
Can
did
put
there.
2. And then we'll do 3 here.
Okay.
And then Frank's was 4.
The Franks has been leveled, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't really Frank's that was 4. It was kind of just the. Get to do both those.
The Cube Hotel.
Yeah, it was the Cube Hotel. Which was the upper half of that area.
Okay.
I guess they were both kind of the same, because Rex had an apartment about here. Overlooking. Anyway.
Oh no.
Oh no! Who do we lose?
Okay.
We're losing everybody. Video is incredibly unstable tonight, apparently.
I posted I lost Ada, so I couldn't hear her.
Oh
And
no.
It was delayed, so you two were talking over each other, so I figured I'd just refresh. So my disconnect was a self-inflicted disconnect.
Gotcha. I'll keep my chat open here. Okay. Is that good? Helpful?
Yes. Thank you.
Just let me know if you have any more questions. I'm happy to answer as best
Okay.
I can. Quinn, you
Yes, sir.
receive a telephone call. Your agent starts ringing.
All right, I answer it. Nope.
All right, man. I'm ready. Where do you want to meet? Or do you want me to set up the place?
I don't know, man. You know the place, this place better. Where can we meet? Where we can talk? Where nobody can overhear.
Feel like I have to ask, what's up?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm needing your help to figure that out.
Okay.
You didn't tell Moxie or anybody else that we were meeting, right?
No, of course not.
Good. Yeah. Where's the closest place that has one of them machines? The white noise machines that makes. Let's go one of there.
Well, we could head to a Scanity. They've got some private booths, soundproof room.
Awesome. Let's go. I'll meet you there.
Cream. See you there in a bit.
I hang up and call a cab to take me to Scanity.
Okay. Wraith, you receive a telephone call.
Hello?
Hey, man. It's me,
Hey, what's up?
Rex.
Yeah.
You got a moment?
Yeah. What's up, my friend?
Got about 100 eddies for you if you have time for a quick job.
Sure, what you need?
All I need is for you to head over to a Scanity, keep an eye and make sure nothing goes down.
Yeah.
And if something does go down, call for backup and help me out. I don't expect any problems, but it's better to keep my myself safe, you know.
I got you.
Preem. I also need you to be discreet. You can't look like yourself.
All right. I got a few minutes then.
Yeah, not long. But you can come in a little late.
All right.
We'll be in one of the private rooms. Don't go in there.
No, I'll hang out at the front.
Nova. Yeah, just keep your eye open. Make sure everything's frosty.
You got it.
Good. Alright. Late. He hangs up.
I dress discreetly, comb my hair down, make it brown. You know, get as plain looking as possible.
Okay. Did you want a wardrobe style
I would love to. Thank
and
you.
personal groom?
Let's see. Wardrobe style was a 18, and personal grooming is a 60.
Oh, those are really good. I think you hit threshold on both. Okay, cool. Excellent. You're on your way over there, or you're getting ready, and then you're gonna head over there.
Yeah.
Checkers. As you're going through these files, trying to get things together, are you doing this on your agent, or are you doing it on like a laptop? Do you have a laptop?
I don't believe I have one.
So you're doing this on your agent? Oh gosh.
Yeah, I think I am. I mean, I could borrow Cammy's, but she's not awake, and I probably would not ask her if she's not
Speaking of
awake.
being awake, she stumbles out of her room far earlier than you ever anticipated.
Coffee's on the kitchen counter.
Oh, good. Fuck, man. I'm tired.
Yeah.
She has, like, her skirt on backwards. and a blouse kind of, like, hastily buttoned up so that it's, like, missing a few holes.
Good morning.
Morning. How
She's
are
like
you?
not looking up from her thing. I'm fine. Mostly.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Just trying to put this together, and my agent screen is not big enough.
Sounds like you need to get a computer.
Probably, but every time I buy things, I end up losing them.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah.
Well, you could use my laptop if you need to.
Okay.
That's there. Just sign in under the guest account.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I have got to... I've got something to do this morning.
Okay. Will you be at the meeting?
I think so. Kind of depends.
Right. Cool. Let me know if you need any help, okay?
Okay. I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
Alright. Well, have fun. She goes and fills herself up a cup of coffee. You
Okay.
want one?
I've had like 4.
I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bye, I guess.
Later.
She heads out the door. I guess you would arrive there first. Quinn.
Okay.
To a Scanity. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk in and how is it set up? Is there like somebody at the bar I would go talk to for a private room, or?
Yeah, so a Scanity is a neon-colored arcade. There's some arcade boxes immediately to your right as you walk in through the door. Some tables set up in kind of like just a, typical like customer area. People watching the games going on in the arcades. On the left side, on the far corner, there is a bar that is set up at an angle, somewhat perpendicular with the two walls, that has like an open booth with drinks in the back, and then a bartender right there. This morning, it is entirely empty, but along the wall on the far side, all the way to the right, are kind of glass door booths. So you can see into these BD rooms with like these pleather couches set up around a small round table. They are you've been here before, and oh yeah, and then there's bathrooms on the far right side. You've been here before, and they typically charge for the rooms at a rate, and yeah, you would check that out from the oh my god, the bartender.
She prefers bar mistress.
Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a female waitress or bartender.
Typically. Today it is just Swag sitting there. He's got like a bottle of some homebrew, like a whiskey, and a shot glass set up, a double shot, a few ice cubes, and an amber liquid about half empty when you roll up. You remember what Swag looks like? Really skinny,
sort
short guy with a hat with those mirrored letters on the top that says Swag on it. He has a pair of cyber optics. One has like the entire iris is like dark pupil, and the other one is the iris has been entirely removed.
All right, so I'm gonna walk up to him and say, "Howdy, brother."
He says, "Hey man, how you doing? You're up early. We're not even usually open at this hour."
Sorry about that. I've always been kind of an early riser. I'm not a big fan of sleeping in too late. Don't like the day to pass me by.
I can admire that. You gotta get out, have yourself a good time at the night, live it up.
Yes, sir. Hey, I was wondering if y'all could rent me one of them rooms, them quiet rooms.
Oh sure, you can just take one. Nobody's gonna come in looking for one this morning.
Awesome. I was also wondering if I could buy a bottle of whiskey off you.
Well, I just have this one right here.
Right on. You done with it?
I can be for the right price.
How much?
Why don't we say 50 eddies?
And you don't by any chance sell cigars, do you?
Cigars? No, not typically. Sorry, we sell cigarettes though. There's a vending machine right over there.
No worries. I don't like putting anything that puny between my lips, if you know what I mean. I slap 100 eddies on the bar, grab the bottle of whiskey, and head to one of the rooms.
Okay. You take the bottle. It was just barely opened. It's like he poured his first double shot and got probably a pretty good deal, depending on, the quality of it. We'll see.
All right. I'm gonna head to the room and start sipping on the whiskey.
Okay.
While I'm waiting
You head
for
into
Rat.
the room. There's a console on the small table, just kind of like worked into the surface, that lets you, set up different games for the BD unit that's there. There's this projector screen that shows, like, if you'd like, the game that you're playing to whoever's sitting in the booth. There's also window controls, so you can tint the windows, and sound settings, so you can also like nullify sound, or how well the sound escapes the room.
All right.
You sit in there for maybe 10-15 minutes before Rex arrives, makes his way into the room, and he glances around. Roll a human perception test for me.
A human perception test?
Yes, sir.
Well, at least you know they're human.
That requires empathy. That's not really my strong suit.
I know.
That sounds like a you problem.
It is. That's why I'm whining about it. All right.
Top right-ish.
Okay. I got a 13.
13.
Yes.
Sorry, one sec. Rex just glances around the room for a moment and then slides into one of the pleather seats, creaks beneath his weight as he sits down. And he says, I see you picked yourself up a bottle already.
Yeah, I pass it over to him, and I darken the room and make it soundproof.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this conversation is going to require a little bit something extra.
Understood.
Uh,
Just so you know, when you darken the room, you can still see out clearly, unless you choose to.
so I can make it one way, so
Yeah.
they can't see. Okay, perfect. Yeah, of course I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna be very. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to see if anybody else comes in. I'm hyper aware at this point. All right. So Rex, how well do you know these people you set me up with?
He thinks for a minute and says, you got an extra glass in here? Oh, right over here. He heads over to a small little wet bar. Picks up a glass, starts pouring himself a drink and another one for you. He says, I've known him for almost a year. I wouldn't say I know them all super well, but I mean, some more than others. Wraith, you arrive at this point.
On my way,
Mhm.
I picked up an escape plan from a vendit, a umbrella, and a scarf to go around my very red jaw.
All right. Good call. Okay.
Okay.
Anything you'd like to do when you get in?
When I get in, I'm gonna take a table. I've modulated my voice to be deeper than usual. I'm gonna order something non-alcoholic and large so that I can sip on it very slowly.
Okay, let's see if Swag notices who you are.
Okay.
Nope. He says, "Hey, man, have a seat, baby. I'll get you in a minute."
Thank you. I also am using the umbrella as a cane and kind of walking with a limp. And I'm gonna sit where I can see the door clearly and
Okay.
pre-type a message. Shipment down at Ascanity, get here now in the group thing, but don't send it yet.
Understood. Fair. Okay. And just so you're clear, you can see into 3 of the 4 private booths. One of them has been tinted. And then Rex and his contact are nowhere in sight.
Ain't none of my business. I'm supposed to sit here until I'm told to leave.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, did I see him walk in? I mean, do I have a clear view of the door from my booth?
He's sitting so he can see, so yeah, I guess you would see that somebody else has walked in.
Would I recognize him?
That's a good question. Roll a human perception.
Not a regular perception?
No, I'm gonna say a human perception. You're looking for mannerisms because he's not looking like himself. And he's got a scarf around his face.
How much are you just gonna charge me book price for all those things I bought?
Yeah, just take the book price. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got a 10 and a 9, so I got a 23 total.
Okay. Yeah, his mannerisms seem familiar.
All right. So I don't necessarily know it's Wraith, but I do know it's somebody that I've seen before.
Yeah, not at the moment. You're not sure who exactly it is, but some of his mannerisms are coming off a little too familiar for comfort.
Okay. So, Rex, let me lay down a scenario for you. I signed up for this group. I, things go pretty well, but then I come to find out, a day after I go start working for the law, one of your buddies is working with another cop to get information on me. Now, why in the world would a seasoned IA investigator be looking at a one-day rookie? And why on earth would one of your criminal pals be working with her?
Wow. You have caught me a little off guard here. You're talking about... Wait. Out of character check. Rex was there for the meeting with the team, right? Pretty sure he was.
Yes,
But I just
was.
wanted to make sure. So you're talking about Minami looking into you.
Yep.
And deeps.
Yeah. Got any clue why this is all going down? From my understanding, y'all's were a a little bit allergic to the police.
Well, sort of. I mean, I've known Minami for a long time. Why she's looking into you in particular, I couldn't tell you, except for, well, I mean, that's kind of what she does, is look into people. It's kind of her job. As
Right,
far
that's
as
her job, but not for a one-day rookie. I never heard of a one-day rookie being investigated. That ain't right.
no, it does seem a little odd.
Hmm. So now I got this lady looking at me. Got one of the group that was crew that you hooked me up with, helping her look into me. And a couple days later, I got the deputy chief of police coming up to me, asking for my help. Makes me kind of wonder if I'm getting set up here.
Okay. So you have the chief looking into you. You've got Minami looking into you, and then
No.
Deeps, huh?
No, deputy chief ain't looking into me. He looking into someone else who asking my help. Feels a whole hell of a lot like a setup to me, though.
Well, what would they be setting you up for?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Okay.
Why would Minami be working with your group, and then the deputy chief come a couple days later and hand me these? At this point, I toss the files onto the table for him to look at.
He glances down at the papers. And though he has a strong desire to open them, he holds himself back for a moment. It says, "You know who we're up against, right?"
Hell, I don't know anymore. I was told the vampires were doing something, and then I'm told to forget about the vampires, and I don't know what the hell's going on anymore, man.
Vampires.
Yeah, that's
Are you
what
talking
Rachel's
about the
saying.
Philharmonic vampires?
I don't know if the bastards can sing or not. I just know that there are vampires out there.
All right, Quinn. Okay, let me try to maybe explain some things for you. The people that we are currently, I suppose, feuding with have some contacts in the police department, I think. At least the city. We're talking about the city manager, the new one.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they've got contacts there. Picks up the paper, start looking through them. Raises his eyebrows as he looks over some of them. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. That guy at the bar, he's one of the people in the dossiers. The one that
Small
served you the
detail.
drink that you bought the drink from?
Oh yeah. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Yeah, you just feel this annoying itch as you're sitting here in this booth. Anyway, Rex says, kill on sight, huh?
Yes, sir. I ain't
For
even supposed
most
to be
of them.
talking to you. I'm supposed to be calling the cops, calling back up to get to pull a bullet in your head.
From this police chief?
Yeah, that's where I got this stuff from. Yeah. And the place he sent me to, guy behind the counter, also happens to be in one of them here dossiers. And shortly after you got here, someone else came through that door, and he seems mighty interested in what's going on. Can't quite place who he is, but he looks familiar, and that's making me all sorts of twitchy.
Glances towards the bar patron. He says, yeah, I can see why. I guess all I can say, Quinn, is you wrapped up in some intense shit. If you're asking me if I think that Deeps, the kid, was anything more than I don't know, useful to Minimi's cause in that moment? No, I don't think so. I think the boys just got a crush and it was looking to impress a girl.
I get it, and when it happened, I kind of sort of figured he was thinking with his little head more than his big head. But you put all these things together, it starts making me feel that itch in the back. You know that one right between your shoulder blades where shit's about to go down? Feeling that itch right about now.
No, I don't blame you. But I have to ask, why do you think that you are being set up? What use would that be?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It looks like a setup. If one day I got internal affairs were looking at me, and the group she went to get info on me, a few days later I got the chief giving me information on that group. It feels like a setup. Why would he care why would he care about you guys? Why would he give me this information?
Care about us?
Or why would he give me that information? What the hell can I do? Again, I'm a fresh-nosed rookie coming in. Sure, I'm better than most of the rookies, but still. Hell, I'm better than all their rookies. I'm better than most of their veterans. But still, you don't know me. You don't know shit about me.
Does seem like a weird risk.
Mm-hmm.
You ever think that maybe you aren't the only one that they reached out to?
Hadn't thought about that.
Sounds like this chief, he's recruiting people that aren't loyal to some other notion of justice.
Yeah.
A little bit. That's just a hunch. Why you in particular? Maybe you are being set up. Maybe you're being set up because because you are close to us.
Yeah.
Maybe they know that.
I don't know. If they think I'm close to you, why would they tip their hand? Seems like a whole heap and lot of information I got.
I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe you just got lucky. But the consensus is that Minami's been programmed. So maybe she was looking into you for that reason. Maybe all of the new recruits were looked into. Nobody can argue that you have a loose moral system.
All right, that's fair.
I'm just guessing. I didn't know that swag would be in this thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have decided to meet here. Why are you telling me this?
Because I need answers. I ain't got nobody else who can tell me anything. Plus, you're the one who set me up with this group. If you remember, you're the one who told me to go meet him in the first place. So
I did. There's a reason for that. For the most part, I trust him.
Yeah. I don't know. Wraith keeps wanting to put a short leash on me, telling me that can't go out and do stuff because everybody thinks I'm running with this crew. And then you got the police chief now saying he wants me to work against the crew. Somebody ain't telling shit straight, and my head's spinning all 12 ways from Sunday trying to figure out who's telling me what lies.
So what have we lied to you about?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So nothing that you can
Not
think.
Nope.
So
Why do you think I'm here with your ex right now? Because I haven't found any lies you've told me, for sure. If I was 100% convinced that y'all were lying to me and were plotting against me, I would have already initiated a Protocol Zero and gotten the hell out of here.
I can't blame you for that. I guess what could I tell you that would make you feel better? Because if I am setting you up, wouldn't it all be a lie?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just hoping you could give me something, help convince me that I'm not.
Okay. Well, for starters, nobody had any idea you were gonna fucking join the force. Something that I find uncomfortable, to say the least, already.
Yeah.
I thought you were coming here, or you invited me here to do something. Make some sort of move.
You should know me better by now, Rex. If I wanted to do you harm, I would have done it openly. I ain't for the subterfuge shit.
That's fair.
I'm a straightforward kind of guy.
That's fair. That's fair. We've been working non-stop since we got kicked out of our home to get it back.
See, this is what I don't understand. You guys got kicked out of this Nook place, violently expelled, one might say. What the hell is so special about the Nook? Why is the deputy chief wanting me to go investigate the Nook? And why the hell you guys try to get it back?
We're trying to get it back because it's home. That's my home, man. I own at least half of the buildings in that neighborhood. I took care of that place for years. All my operations deal out of there. All the people are important to me. What happened to it was caused by whatever the fuck this whole conspiracy is. Has nothing to do with vampires, not in a literal sense. Philosophical sense, maybe. But they're using that place as a base of operations for whatever they've got going on. At least one, possibly more. I don't know why the Nook in particular is so important. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just important to us because it's important to us. But these gang members or ex-gang members, the Tiger Claws that have set up there, took over the old arcade. They're dealing something out of a building there. Whether it's the arcade or the Continental Brands Oasis that recently got bought up and set up in that neighborhood. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. But they're peddling that chip. A chip that rewrites your brain. Makes you do, basically makes you a puppet. So they want to protect that. And my guess is that's where you come in. Because right now, as far as I know, we're the only ones who know anything about anything. So we pose a significant risk, which is why you see they want us, how do they put it? They want to prioritize termination over detainment.
Yep, most of you they want dead. Which, even for a corrupt police department, seems pretty drastic.
I'm thinking too small.
So you're thinking this goes beyond the police?
Yeah, it goes at least to the city. City manager and government.
Okay. All right.
How'd you hear about getting this job anyway?
About getting the job with the police.
Yep.
Moxie's friend Mendez. I was bored. Everybody else was I don't know, doing other stuff, and so I started taking some odd jobs for some of their captains and chiefs and higher ups, and Mendez offered me a spot. Thought it would be a good opportunity to make some extra cash, bash a few heads when I'm bored, maybe get some intel when I could. I thought it was going to be a lot less complicated than it's been so far.
Yeah, that's common theme, honestly. So they were hiring you. They hire a bunch of other folks too.
Real quick, out of character. During my training sessions, are there other people that are also
A
being
lot.
trained? There's a lot. Okay. Yeah, sure. A whole lot of people getting trained just like me.
Okay. So it sounds like they're recruiting an army.
Yeah, kind of what it feels like.
Maybe they had me look into all of y'all. Find the most worthy candidates for corruption.
Yeah.
It's not just Minami who's an IA officer. There could be others.
Yeah. But if Minami was looking into anybody else, either she didn't ask Deeps to crack their files, or Deeps did it without letting anybody know. He sure as hell was quiet about cracking my file for as long as he could.
Yeah.
So I guess really he's the one I'm most worried about.
I think you have the least to worry about him. He has more reason than most any of us to want to pay these guys back. That's less true as of recent events, but they flatlined his family before he even got into Night City.
Oh shit. Okay.
So no, I don't think you got much to worry about him as far as that goes. It just seems like an unwitting dummy.
All right. trying to live up that rocker boy style he's learning from Wraith.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm beginning to think Wraith's not that good of an influence on the kid.
He has his moments.
All right, Rex. Well, when I first rolled into town, you were the first one to help me when I needed help. So if you're setting me up, this is a hell of a long con job.
Man, I have no reason to want to set you up. It
All
doesn't
right.
make sense for us to do that. Whether it's them that's setting you up, I don't know.
All right. Well, like I said, I was just thinking this whole lawman gig was going to be just a fun little side gig to get some extra money and some, yeah, maybe a little bit of power I could abuse. Not much, but just little,
I
Give,
can respect that.
Give a few wood shampoos out with my beater, but I don't know, Rex. I don't want to do anything to lose your trust either. So, but I think I could. I think I can get some pretty good intel if I keep working with them. It sounds like it's going to be dangerous, but if they are setting me up, but I still think I could be a pretty good double agent. But I will defer to your judgment on this one. What you think should be my next move?
We need to get you close to as close to this police chief. What'd you say? Deputy chief?
Deputy chief, yep.
What's his name?
Hernandez, I think.
Hernandez. We need to get you as close to Hernandez as possible.
All right.
How do we do that?
Well, quickest and easiest way is also going to be the least is also probably going to be the most objectionable way would be to offer him up someone on this list of his. But
That's
I'm
exactly
guessing.
what I was thinking. He kind of rifles through the papers. This one here. Veronica. She's the one that knows the least, I think. She's the one we could bring in the easiest. And if he wants her, well, he's not going to get a whole lot. I think Wraith met her at a therapy clinic in the Glen. And I think we could track it down and pick her up.
All right, and she is. She's the only one in this list I saw that prioritizes detainment over elimination. So, at least if we, sacrifice her, they won't kill her.
Not immediately, anyway.
I thought you would be a little bit more hesitant about this.
No, it's a good plan. Just trying to think of how to make this work. None of the others can know about it. Yeah, we pick her up. Give me a few days to think of how to make that come together. I think I got it. You did say you needed to go to rehab, didn't you? Or not rehab, psychotherapy.
That's what everybody keeps telling me, except this Hernandez guy says I don't need therapy, which turns out he's a crazy bastard too, so I don't know if I should be listening to him.
You should not be listening to him. That is pretty clear.
Yeah, so, yeah. I've been told by one or two people that I should be going to therapy, yeah.
There's two ways I could see we could go about this. The first way is you talk, get your psychotherapy from Wraith, get him to open up about that girl, find out what you can about her so we can figure out a plan.
So a reverse interrogation.
Yep. The second way is to check us into that clinic, but I don't know where it is the problem. Somewhere in the Glen. I mean, how many can there be in the Glen? Wait, does it say here in this paper?
Has a list of her known hangouts. Apparently she's known to hang out at Kasim's, Knot City Plaza, and Seafoam. But obviously if she was there all the time, they'd already caught her.
Yeah. We also need to make sure that she doesn't know anything that could be incriminating. There's got to be some sort of reason she's on this list. It seems the most random out of all of these.
Well, according to this here sheet, it says she's a very valuable target for intel, which is why they want to detain her instead of kill her. But
why? That I don't get. I mean, I guess she was race input for a minute. Maybe they're banking on that.
All right, so I'm the last one to do to choose the non-violent route, but maybe Wraith can set up a meeting with her and we can chit chat with her a little bit, see why they might be interested in her. I'd also tip our hand might not be a wise play, but
tip our hand to Wraith. And if we are going to turn her in, I bet he'd have some objections to that, and I don't know that I want objections right now. I want to get close. I want to bring these motherfuckers down. All right, which one would you prefer to do? Would you like to go down Wraith route? See what he knows, if you can get him to open up about her, or would you prefer to meet with or try to set up something with her? That would require us to figure out a little bit more. Maybe your contacts at the PD could help you with that. Hell, maybe Minami could help you with that.
yeah. I don't know. It's anytime you do any sort of reverse interrogation, it always poses a risk. You might catch on to what we're doing, what I'm trying to do. But I'm not. Honestly, I'm not as good at those as direct interrogation. So. And that's another option. We could catch her ourselves and interrogate her before heading over to the police. Figure out what.
Yeah, I mean,
knows.
that's what we got to do. Yeah, that's the plan. The plan is we got to figure out. We got to figure out more about her. So I think the only option is maybe you go get therapy from Wraith. See if you can get him to open up about his past, particularly his previous Joy Toys. see if we can extract something to work on about her. Well, I'll work the streets, see what I can come up with. And then once we figure that out, we can set you up wherever she works.
All right.
Does that seem to make sense?
It does. There's one problem though. We execute this plan. There's a good chance this turns us, or at least me, against the rest of the group. I can't imagine any of them are going to be happy about this plan.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. How do you feel about that?
I could live with it. I mean, I'd hate to, I don't necessarily want them to hate me. I still want to be part of this crew, but I mean, if this serves the greater good, you know what they say, you can't make eggs without breaking a few omelets.
Yeah. Faith will never forgive me. But that's okay, he doesn't anyway.
All right.
That's where we start. We're just asking questions at this point.
All right, so ask questions. We'll hold off on rendition and interrogation until we get more information.
Yep. I would keep this on the DL from the crew at the moment.
All right.
Picks up the papers. I'd either commit those to memory and burn them or put them somewhere else.
I got a safe space for him. Don't you worry about it.
Nods. All right. That guy out there at the booth, that's mine. I'm gonna walk out, escort him out with me. Like I said, I wasn't sure if you were trying to set me up or not, so I hedged my bets.
You thought that twitchy little feller was going to take me on? Wraith, I thought you knew better than that.
I'm Rex, but it's
Rex,
all right.
I'm sorry. Oops, sorry.
No, I know. It's all right. He says, yeah, well, I had some other contingency plans too. Don't worry about it. But anyway, appreciate you telling me.
All right. Well, good thing you let me know that was on your guys. I was getting ready to ask a few questions, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I figured. I'm gonna take him out of this place.
All right.
All right. You wait until we're clear. I'll give you a message.
All right.
All right. He steps up. Thanks again, Quinn.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
you telling me. It's
of course.
pretty solid.
You know you can trust me.
I hope
I'm
so.
on your side. Yes, sir.
I got your back too.
Right on.
He makes his way out of the booth. Glances over at you, Wraith. What have you been doing this whole time?
sitting, sipping my drink with one hand, the other hand inside my coat on the revolver.
Okay. He glances at you, gives you a nod, lets you know it's all clear, and gestures with his hand for you to follow.
Right. In character, I tip like 1 EB and then stand up.
Okay.
And leave.
All right. 2 of you leave. He heads over to the motorcycle. He says,
Remodulate my voice. Everything all right?
yeah, just meeting with some people, trying to figure out some shit, and wanted to make sure
Yeah, you're good.
things were gonna be okay.
Anytime
Appreciate
need
you
help,
coming
let me
out.
know.
He takes out a bill, hands it over to you.
Nah, keep it.
Nah, man, I don't work like that. I told you 100. You're gonna take 100.
You help us out all the time. And I'm sure that other people pay you, but I very rarely pay you.
I get paid. It's mutual. Just take the fucking money. He puts it in your chest.
I take it, put it in my jacket.
You need a ride?
Yeah. Are you coming to the meeting at the house?
Yeah, that's the plan. But Moxie's in a bit of a funk. She
Too bad.
she's
She
been
just
through a
woke up
lot.
Mad. Yeah.
Huh?
She just woke up mad. She does that some days.
No, it's not waking up mad.
All right.
Look, it's not my business to talk about. But
Sure.
she learned some shit last night that has thrown her through a bit of a loop. Anyway, I'm gonna head back there, but I'll take you home.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
You guys hop onto the motorcycle and it zooms off. At some point, Quinn, you get a message that says it's all clear.
I
I also delete my shit went bad at a Scandinav's show up message.
Okay, just in case you accidentally send it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, let's go to break.
All right.
good. I
We will
need some
take
time
10.
to process.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you guys all in 10. Yep, have a good one. We'll see you
We'll
in
be right
pitch.
back.
I don't know why I said that. Bye. Hello, everybody. I think we are back live. It looks
And
good.
in person.
Okay, cool. All right. So last we left off was Rex planning some shady shit with Quinn.
The two most morally ambiguous characters in the group, I think.
It's possible.
I don't know. Moxie and Wraith have had their moments in the past.
Definitely. Everybody's had a little bit of a shady moment. But anyway. I mean, Checker sold out her family. Let's not forget that.
Right. Her shady moment occurred before.
All right.
We'll get right back into it. So, Rex takes you back to your apartment. Wraith says, I'm gonna go check on Moxie.
Yeah.
Actually, what time is it? Is it close to meeting time?
No, not for you. I'll get to you in a moment. Before, I just wanted to make sure that Checkers, do you need to do anything?
Basically, I'm just making up this map of all the access points. And then the file we got had weaknesses in the building, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to mark those.
Okay.
And then the one last thing, is the Oasis on this map or is it further away?
Is the Oasis on this map? Oh, yeah, it is on the map. The Oasis is here. Let's put a big O.
Okay.
So it's 0 stories tall.
No. Oh, not 0. Damn it. Convention is screwed.
I have details about the guard movements on the Oasis from the video. So I would put in what path their patrol takes.
Okay. Okay. Sure. You know what? There we go.
Thank you.
Okay.
For everyone who could not see that, he has now labeled the Oasis properly.
There we go. Now they should be able to sing it. Oh, see it. I mean, boom. And then let's see, patrol routes. You know, I might have to think about that for a second.
That's fine. I just want the information on the map.
Probably generally something like this. Oh gosh, what's going on? Our music's fucking up. Something like this. And then there's also another path that they can do down there.
Of the Oasis guards?
Oh, Oasis guards.
Yeah, I have information on the Oasis guards, not on the arcade guards.
Never mind that, but you could probably guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of front to the alleyway behind, which you can't really see.
Okay.
Yeah, just around this way and then back and then up and over.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. So you'll do that while Moxie. This would not be too long after Rex left. Maybe about 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
But there's a knock on the door.
There's no answer from Moxie. How many knocks? How persistent is this knocking going to be?
Shaving a haircut to start.
Ooh, is that recognizable?
Shaving a haircut? Everybody
No,
recognizes
for
shaving a
like
haircut.
no, as a regular knock from someone Moxie knows.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's. I would get. My guess is Wraith probably does it the most. But Cammy has also been known to do it. She probably picked it
Still
up from him.
think if it's mostly because I mean Moxie does 3 short knocks. That's her knock. If it's mostly Wraith, sorry buddy, no offense. Don't think she'd get up to answer immediately. No.
That's fair. Eventually, you hear, "I brought coffee."
Smart call. It takes a moment. Moxie eventually is gonna throw on like an actual t-shirt and maybe some shorts, some proper clothing before she opens the door.
Okay.
But she does so eventually.
Cammy's on the other side of the door, looking somewhat disheveled. It's far too early for her. You could see dark bags underneath her eyes. Her blouse is not properly buttoned. She has her skirt on backwards.
I don't think Moxie notices. I think she's still got that distant stare.
She's
but
also
does
holding.
make sure that it is Cammy, and will open the door. Wave her in.
Yeah, look through the peephole, then open.
Yep.
She's holding out a cup of coffee for you.
Moxie doesn't take it,
She brings it
but
back.
she holds the door open and to let Cammy in.
She walks in, says, "It's cold anyway. I brought it from home." And she drinks it.
She nods, closes the door, points to the table where the food Rex made her this morning still sits. Food's cold, but yours if you want it.
Sure. Why aren't you eating it?
Not hungry.
Why?
Lex is gonna go look for a cigarette as she thinks on how to answer this.
There's pack laying open on the table, probably.
Grabs one, lights it, takes a deep inhale. I found my brother's bike yesterday, and I found my brother's bike yesterday. And she just kind of like flumps in whatever the closest seating surface is and stares off at the wall again.
Amy seemed like she was just about to pick up the fork. It says, "Oh, shit. Does that mean he's, you know?"
Discovers that they had it. She takes another long drag of the cigarette.
Oh. So you found him.
Unintentionally.
Did you get him?
She shakes her head.
Oh. She moves over to the bedside with you, which is where I imagine you flopped. That would be the most immediate place.
Sure.
And puts, holds you in a half hug around your shoulders. I'm so sorry. What happened? Do you want to talk about it?
There's a few facial tics. She kind of shrugs. Looks like she's gonna talk, doesn't. The Rex had a meeting with these nomads. Pack used to work with them sometimes. And one of their salvage crews were the ones who did it.
Holy shit. Small world, I guess.
Apparently the pack didn't know. She kind of gives a half shrug.
So this guy was like working on his own for these people?
Not exactly. And she kind of shakes her head and for the first time seems to be in the moment and not wherever she's been. In a pack, you have a job. Theirs is a good size. So Wrench was in charge of salvage, so he would have taken his people out to grab whatever he could for whatever the pack needed. Most good ones, anyway, don't desecrate corpses. I mean, you come upon a wreck, you'll take car parts, you'll take food, they don't need it. But you don't threaten survivors and you show shit. She doesn't finish that sentence. So from what I could tell, he went out there, came back with a bunch of salvage. They didn't ask where it came from.
Fuck. Shit, I don't know what to say. Do we need to go back there?
I don't know. It wouldn't let me kill him.
Why?
Said it was pack business. And Cammy can tell Moxie is not impressed by that statement whatsoever. She takes another very long pull of the cigarette.
She sits there quietly for a long time. She's like, she's having trouble processing it herself.
Moxie doesn't say anything, doesn't move. She goes back to that distant glaze.
She stays silent too. Takes out her own cigarette. You guys smoke together in silence for a little bit.
She actually noticed Moxie doesn't smoke the cigarette when she's not talking about it. Just kind of holds it.
Okay. Does he know? Do they know anything about, what happened before?
Orange would tell me is that Juan apparently showed up one day looking for us. Had some chip he couldn't decrypt. Mentioned where he found it. And when they couldn't help him, took off. Kept saying word got around that everyone knew Corp was after the pack. She gives a slight shrug, kind of sits up straight a bit, stretches out her back. Maybe Sable got more from him.
Well, we go there and talk to him. Then we demand answers. I'll kick him in the nuts if I have to.
There is a genuine twitch of Moxie's lips as Cammy says that.
She looks dead serious.
You sound so much like my sister. She would have been more graphic, but and inventive.
I'm straightforward.
I'm not a place I can talk to them. Not calmly. Not if he's still alive.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, maybe I can go talk to him.
They won't talk to you.
I know. I'm just trying to think of answers. I don't know.
I don't know that they have any.
Maybe.
Moxie gets up off the bed, runs a hand through her hair, starts pacing the room. Slowly.
I'm sorry. That can't be easy. It's gonna be
Moxie
okay.
nods.
We'll figure it all out. Okay?
I know.
You have people who got your back who would do anything for you.
My family had my back and would do anything for me. Look what happened to them.
Yeah, but
Can't lose more, Cammy. You, Wraith Rex? She takes a deep breath, stops pacing the room, and puts her hands on her lower back. I can't do anything for them. It's not going to change anything.
you could get revenge.
And I will. I will. But you're here. And you're alive. And that's where my focus should be.
Yeah, but nobody's blaming you if you need to postpone this thing.
I'll be alright.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm not going to be great for the next little while,
Wow. Given.
but I'll be alright.
Okay. I believe that.
You said I've
maybe-
got people who care about me and have my back.
You do.
You guys won't let me fall.
You're right. I'll kick your ass if you try.
Damn straight.
And I know you're talking about loss and stuff. And I know that's difficult. But
You know, I had nothing when I lost them. And it hurt. A lot. For a long time. And I was doing okay. You know? And then suddenly, Tweety's there, and it was fresh. It was like I had a piece of it back, but not.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm glad I have it. It just fucking hurts.
I can only imagine. I never really had a family I was close to.
I hope you never experience it.
If I lost any of you, lost Cass.
You lost Cass. And it was sudden. And you didn't get to say goodbye. And if you put that feeling about having nothing of his to go back to, and then suddenly, I don't know, something really important of his is just there.
I would burn it.
Yeah, that's right. You've got this thing about spirits and
You don't want the bad juju of the dead to haunt you.
oh, believe me, they don't haunt me. They'll be at my back when I exact revenge.
Fair enough.
How'd yesterday go for you?
Oh, it was okay. It was kind of a difficult web architecture. Clearly, I couldn't do it on my own. But, we did manage to get the floor plans. She debates saying something for a minute. We also got kind of a, I guess, conspiracy that you would be very interested in.
I don't
She
know that I
reaches
can
into her
handle
bag and
another
pulls out a chip.
conspiracy.
What's that?
I don't know that I can handle another conspiracy.
This one's simple.
They're never simple. And Moxie runs her hand through her hair again.
Well, you don't have to take it. She puts the chip on the bed. But in case you're interested. Regardless, it does have some information that pertains to our objective. This company was sabotaging buildings intentionally so that they would degrade over time. The arcade is one of those.
Okay. Anything imminently going to collapse when we go in there?
Likely not. It said something like 80-something%.
Okay.
But there are some weak spots, and you know, Wraith.
And check his penchant for grenades.
True. So there's a meeting here in a little bit, probably to discuss those things.
Yeah, right. Rex mentioned a meeting.
Yeah, we got a little bit.
She kind of like glances around, not sure where her agent is at this point.
Yami kind of follows your gaze as you look around, but doesn't seem to find what you're looking for, and clearly doesn't know what you're looking for.
Yeah. Roxy shrugs after a bit, like, I'll figure it out later. Okay. And, the screens? Did you guys get that done?
The what?
The screens.
No, not yet. We didn't have time between cracking everything. That was on the agenda for today. I'll contact Deeps after our meeting. Or, you know, I guess I won't contact him. I'll just talk to him.
It could be awkward you sending a text message while he's standing right there.
I've done it before. Not to him.
I mean, not like a covert, I need to talk to you without anybody hearing kind of message. I could have this conversation with you in the open kind of message.
Yeah,
Really? You've done that?
maybe.
Okay. He's just like,
You haven't?
so fucking weird. Not if the message wasn't private, no. I mean, a private message to comment on something in a room of people I don't want a bunch of people hearing? Yeah, absolutely.
What if it's really loud?
No, I think I pull them aside to somewhere quieter. Or I just don't say anything. Or, see, this is one of the reasons I learned lip reading.
I should have
have
learned that.
You should, it's useful.
Too late now. I'm old.
No, it's never too late. Says the woman who's trying to learn ancient coding.
It's ancient, Jesus. It's old.
Well, there you go, then lip reading should be no problem.
Yeah, let's take things one step at a time. I'm gonna learn the old language first, and then I'll learn the lip language.
Sounds so wrong.
That's it.
A
I
little.
guess. I will learn the way of the lips.
Mox just kind of presses her lips together, nods, does not say a word. Not a word.
Hey, if I talk like this, how you done? Can you still read my lips?
It would take more effort. Maybe.
Okay.
I should get ready.
Okay. You should eat.
Yeah, maybe later.
Fair enough.
Moxie's feeling better, but thought of food's still unappetizing. So looks at it, weighs her options. No. But unless Cammy says anything, Moxie's gonna go and take a shower. Get ready.
Nope. She just hangs out, digging around on her phone. In which case, we will get everybody together for the meeting.
Thank you, everyone, for the hydrates and the
Oh.
posture.
Yes, thank
posture
you. I saw
checks,
that where it was.
hydrates. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind.
You have to double posture check.
Double hydrate, isn't it?
No, there's 2 posture checks too. Newt Case redeemed 1, and Vel received, submitted the other.
Ooh.
Okay. So, y'all really hate us slouching, huh?
Well, we do get like this as
I
we're
know,
playing.
I do too. I sink down into this chair, and I'm like down here. So, unless there's anything else to discuss, we can zoom ahead to the meeting.
Yep.
All right.
Moxie
11.
will send Rex a text though that says, thanks for sending her over.
He gives you a smiley face and says, "No problem. Figured you could use somebody." Sorry I couldn't be there myself.
Don't be.
Sends you a heart. And then you guys all meet up at Wraith's apartment at 11 in the... What? What about whale? Okay. At Wraith's apartment at 11 a.m. People
As of
start
11
slowly,
a.m.
gathering to your place, Wraith. Make their way in. Deeps is already there.
Checkers is half vibrating when she walks in the door.
Okay. Nice.
As people are walking in. All right, so I've made wild berry blintzes for everyone. They're laid out on the table. They're all very warm still. I've got alcoholic and non-alcoholic mimosas and Irish coffee. So help yourself.
Irish coffee.
Yeah.
Cammy pushes her way in to get at the Irish coffee, picks one up.
Shows people out of her way.
Yep. So fancy today. Look at you.
It seemed like the kind of day that we should celebrate.
Big things happening.
Yep. Tomorrow's either going to be a good day or a bad day. Either way, it's not going to be easy. But this morning, fuck it. We're having mimosas and blitzes.
Rex says tomorrow.
Well, I mean, the coming future. Tomorrow as a concept.
Ah. Everybody piles in, picks up a drink, if they so choose.
Deeps has connected his computer to the TV so that we can show everything in a bigger screen.
Okay.
Moxie grabs an Irish coffee and she'll pick at food off of Rex's plate.
Nice.
So the blintzes are good, but the wild berries he harvested from those like frozen, the microwavable wild berry pies that you can buy. Like dug the pie filling out and used that. So
Nice. Classy.
Love it.
it's the dark future.
Checkers
thing.
shoves like 3 in her mouth before she says anything.
So we're just talking about the plan for tonight.
Yeah, I figured we should all get back on the same page.
I mean, everything I brought is for whenever we actually go into the nook, which
Right.
could be tonight, could be later,
Probably not tonight.
tomorrow. Could be soon, could be later. We don't know. Right?
Yeah. It's the vague tomorrow.
Okay.
Deeps, Cammy, you guys want to go over what you found out?
Sure. Deep says, yeah. So he like taps some things on his laptop, brings it up on the screen, says, we found out some things about the company Concrete Corp. They're apparently sabotaging buildings to get return customers. If you look at this overlay, this is the arcade in the Nook. And we've got some structural supports that are set up in such a way that places excess pressure on this point here. The thing will fall apart over time. But they're also doing this to a bunch of other companies.
And they got contracts with some of them for fixing the shit in the future. The Lord knows.
Anyway, we also know that there's 2 stories of the building, the new one. We've got some ideas of where either, turrets or cameras might be. And their main kind of central power unit. Looks like they're hosting something big upstairs. I think that's it.
Thank you. As to my part, I need to call Desiree and finalize everything for tonight's show. But assuming that goes off without a hitch and your article goes well, the cops should help us with it. But if they don't, then I think that we have a strong basis for plan B.
Wait, what? Are you saying that plan B is to blow shit up?
No, I'm just saying that there is a plan B. That's all.
Okay. Right.
Does everyone know what plan A is?
Well, no, but that's why I made this. She'll.
Okay, let
Throw
me
up
rephrase. Does
now.
anyone remember what plan A was?
The cops do all the work for us.
Mostly half a point to Wraith.
I'll take it.
I remember that we were going to see if Quinn could get us in because he'll be in with the cops, but I don't know if he's in with the cops yet.
Close. Half a point to Checkers.
Ray says, or I'm sorry, Rex says, "Now I'm doing it, Quinn." The plan is Wraith holds this show. You send out your article. Hopefully that can encourage the cops to get motivated. If that doesn't happen, we have to think of our plan B. The plan B that I'm familiar with is we try to storm in. The
Right.
sewers was
stealth
tossed
it?
as
Full
that
marks
idea.
to you for plan B. I'm asking about plan A.
That's as far as I know on plan A.
We may see. This is why we're getting on one page. Most of us don't remember the entirety of Plan A.
Okay.
Lots have happened.
Points for everyone for remembering that concert and news segment go together tonight. Plan A is, yes, in hopes it works and it spurs the NCPD into action. Quinn, at least one of our netrunners, and potentially someone else, infiltrate with the NCPD
Oh yeah, that part.
so that we can get maybe access to Blue's laptop or information, make sure they are arresting the right people, and kill the people on our list that we need to kill if it turns into a shootout, while the rest of us watch the perimeter to make sure no one escapes.
What happens if somebody else does escape?
Plan A
We
did not
take care of
have
the
a
problem.
contingency on if someone escaped.
I guess what I mean is, what do you mean by make sure that nobody escapes?
Well, do your best. I think you were going to be on one of the roofs to cover Grant and Chinook and
Just-
Wraith?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
No. Checkers was going to be on Bellevue and Chinook because she can do suppressive fire. She's also going to trap the garage so that if any cars go, it blows their tires. And Wraith, you were more north side in case they try to go that way,
Yeah.
if memory serves.
I suppose what I mean is, if they do try to,
I mean, if we lose one, we lose one. Ideally, since it looks like the NCPD did a raid, after they clear out the building, hopefully they'll come back thinking it's
so
fine.
the intention is to scare them back, not put them down.
If they start shooting the police and the police shoot first, we can put them down. If they just run, yeah, let them go. Wait for them to come back and we'll take them out one by one, which should be significantly less difficult. And
Okay.
keep it quiet that we've reclaimed the knock. If that fails, if the NCPD don't move in, then we move on to plan B, where Checkers, your beautiful map, will be very helpful.
Okay, cool.
And then we go sewers or however. We'll have a few days, maybe a week, so Quinn can get therapy to plan an assault on the Nook. That also may entail Wraith's 5-point concert.
The Penta concert.
The Penta concert.
Yeah.
The Penta concert, says Deeps.
But if we don't move in with the NCPD, we can take our time. Not a lot. I'd rather not a lot of time, but
Yep.
Time.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel good about this.
But you guys did a great job figuring out the weaknesses, because if Blue and his people try to use that, we're aware. Checkers, this map is fantastic if we need to use it. It also will help in the future knowing where we need to set up defenses. So,
And my
Good job,
breakfast is
guys.
pretty good too.
and breakfast is great.
All right.
Yemi says, Deeps and I need to go set up the screen, so unless there's something to say, we should head out right now.
Deeps, an hour before show, you're gonna need to be in hair and makeup.
Maybe take checkers with you. Not that you can't hack in, but if something is hardwired or there's a box that you need to break into, she'll be able to help.
Okay.
Sure.
Unless you're busy.
No, I mean, I'm not working on the cars today, so obviously, because we have other shit to do.
I'm gonna call Desiree, make sure all that's on point.
We do
think
need
we're
to
good.
know where it is. Quinn, once we have a location, if you wouldn't mind scouting it for security.
Yep, can do.
All right. Sounds like a plan then. Should we be in position, obviously, before the concert's over? But how much before?
Position where?
Around the Nook.
I'm gonna let. Moxie looks at Quinn, and something is. Gears are spinning. But she's just kind of staring at you, Quinn, for a moment with very serious think face going.
What's up?
I'm gonna let Mendez know shortly before the segment releases to make sure the police chief's in the building watching the screens. By the way, Wraith, please keep your concert focused on the Nook and the destruction, not the larger conspiracy. Don't mention the larger conspiracy, just
Right,
Just
not
the
the
Nook.
bigger picture.
correct. Not this time. Just the Nook. But I'll let Mendez know and then ask him to inform me what happens after that segment goes out. And we'll see if Quinn gets any alerts and if those two things match up. Because hopefully they should be pulling in a good chunk of people, right? When we think?
Yeah.
Oh,
Never mind.
sorry. Once we know
I
the
forgot what I was
NCPD
gonna say.
plan, then we can set up around the Nook. Because if they're not planning a raid until like 3 a.m., we know we have some time, maybe.
Yeah, they probably won't move directly after your show. It'll probably take some time. The wheels of bureaucracy move slow.
They'll have 24 hours. At most.
Okay. All right. What happens after 24 hours?
Then I'll release a statement saying that the police of Precinct 3 and Timothy Bridgefort are in league with the gang. It's
Damn.
implied in the news segment, so if they don't move within 24 hours, it implies that they're in league with them. If they don't, I'll simply comment saying, it appears my suspicions were true.
I assume you're not going to tell Mendez that?
No. He's a good source of information, and he seems to care about the Nook and want to do the right thing. But I don't know that I trust him with that much information that far ahead of time.
What about Quinn? It's going to affect him too.
In what way?
Well, he works there.
Quinn?
I can get work covered. Doesn't matter.
I mean, I am painting the entire precinct. It's not like I'm calling out specific people. But Quinn as a rookie, I would assume, would be fine from the backlash. If there is any.
Don't worry, I can take care of myself.
Yes. I would worry about the people who would come after you. Moxie has flashbacks of heads in coats.
Yep.
Wait, to be fair, it was only one head.
Head in coat.
You're blowing things out of proportion.
It wasn't two heads, it was only one.
All right, then. Let's get this started.
Wraith, once you have the location, let us know, yeah? For our podcast listeners, Wraith nods.
Yeah, I nodded seriously.
Okay.
I like how you add seriously in there.
All right. What are you guys going to do
I'm
to
gonna
get
call
ready before
Desiree.
the thing? Okay. Desiree fills you in. Unless you have anything in particular to say, I can just summarize here.
Yeah, no. Basically, I'm gonna tell her that I'm good to go on my side. Make sure she's good.
Yeah, she says she is doing fine. She's got things set up, or being set up already at the venue as discreetly as possible. And things should be good to go. Just need you there a few hours before showtime.
Sure. And the fireworks are gonna go off at 8, right?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, we'll be there an hour before. But where exactly is there?
Oh. She shoots you a geoloc.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
I'm going to share that with the people in the room.
Okay.
Moxie
Anyone else?
responds with a thumbs up. She's gonna edit Rex's interview. Just take out sentence or two, I think, at most.
Okay.
Definitely the part where he was like, I don't know why I'm getting blamed for this. That got cut. And then she's gonna add it into the new segment and just touch things up, rearrange it a little bit. That's what she's gonna work on for the day until time.
Okay. Checkers?
I spent a little time on prepping gear, making sure everything's ready to go, and then going with Cammy and Deeps to do screens.
Okay. Yeah, you guys set up the screens that you need to. I'll just, if you want to do like a roll, like an electronics.
Jesse, you're
Just
rolling
as a
for
note,
Deeps?
Moxie did request that
It was in
they
front
try
of
to
the
get-
police department.
please. Yes.
Yeah.
You want me to roll for Deeps? I think you should roll for Deeps. You roll better than I do.
Okay. You said what? Basic electronics?
Electronics. Well, actually, for
Basic
him,
tech.
it's just an interface roll.
Okay.
So you just add your interface.
Yeah, I had to find it.
It's at the top.
At the top.
I'm gonna
16.
mulligan a luck in to get a 15, please.
Okay, 15.
I rolled
Easy enough.
14.
Okay.
So
He got a 16 on his interface.
Okay. Yeah, you guys seem to get everything set up in the few hours. Hacking some city like advertisement displays around the Nook, and then I guess the venue, and then also in front of the police department and various other places throughout Watson. With the three of you and the few hours that you have before you need to get to showtime, shouldn't be a problem. Giffy, what is Quinn doing?
He's probably going to go back to his house for now, and he's going to look through his text message chain.
Okay.
First, actually, he's going to send a message to Jenkins.
Okay.
And he's going to say, "Hey, Jiminy, I need your help here. A friend asked me to talk to another friend's ex-girlfriend and get information from her. My immediate thought is to pick her up," and then he's going to say in quotes, "persuasive interrogation." Then he's going to put thoughts and a question mark and set it on.
this poor guy.
And then while I'm waiting for a response, I'm going to go back through our group text message chain, and I'm going to go see if Veronica is one of the therapists that Wraith recommended when I asked for therapists way back when.
She would not have been, because she was for drug rehab. So unless we get into your alcohol addiction, then he would definitely give you Veronica's information.
All right. Well, he's going to look at all the locations as well and note those.
Okay.
He's actually probably going to write on the back of her little sheet all the locations that Wraith mentioned in the text as possibles.
Okay. Jenkins messages you back saying, "No, don't do that."
Uh, I'm gonna text him back. Say, well, what should I do instead?
Call the police.
I am the police.
Argue that, Jenkins.
Uh,
Am the police.
fair enough. Get somebody else involved. This is a friend and a friend of a friend. And that's a conflict of interest. You shouldn't be handling it.
I'm gonna send him a GIF of a cat tilting its head to the side with a caption that said, "Who knew?"
Almost everybody. Look, man. You don't want to get involved in that kind of thing. First of all, you are a police officer. We don't engage in whatever you said, persuasive interrogations or whatever. At least we're not supposed to. Not like that. On our own. Secondly, whoever's asking you to do that is a piece of shit.
I'm gonna write back. Well, Jenkins, this ain't the most helpful information or advice I've ever gotten.
What?
You're telling me what not to do, what instead of what I should be doing.
I told you what to do. I told you to contact the police. Get somebody else involved in the force. Let's bring in the guy who's asking you to violently interrogate somebody.
I'm gonna write back. I'm not saying this is a real situation. It's one of them hypocontheticals.
Right. Okay. And you're hypothetical. What happens when you do this thing and somebody outside of it finds out you've done it?
I don't know. Are they mad at me for doing it?
Yeah, you're gonna go to jail.
Oh, I'd probably end up shooting somebody if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
You know, Jenkins, you sometimes make me think like make me think I might be crazy.
That's really positive because that is my job. Sort of.
To make people think they're crazy?
No, to make people see their actions as being irrational.
All right, Jenkins, I still don't get it, but I'll figure it out. Hey, one last question. how does one go about asking questions in a, and I'm going to put this in quotes as well, non-crazy way?
You just did it.
Mm.
Sort of.
Uh,
I feel like you're not getting it. He says. Let me try to explain. How are you today?
I'm damn confused is how I am.
That probably makes sense. Is this really a hypothetical?
I feel like if I answer no, there's going to be follow-up questions, so I'm going to go with yes.
Fair enough. Would your friend be mad in this hypothetical about the friend of theirs that's being, whatever you said, interrogated?
Well, here's the thing. One friend's going to be mad if I do it. One friend's going to be mad if I don't do it.
Okay, I would err definitely on the side of the guy who's going to be mad if you do it. I'll just put that out there. Because the other guy is asking you to do something highly immoral.
But he's also asking me to do it the easy way.
Is the easy way always right?
Okay, again, I feel like you're looking for the answer no here, which just don't make no damn sense either.
Does the easy way lead to less people getting hurt?
Possibly.
That is not the answer I was looking for.
Okay. Let me give you another one of them hypochondriacs here.
Yeah,
Let's
please do.
say we have a guy who's about to shoot another guy or a bunch of other guys. If I shoot the guy who's about to shoot the other guys, that's the easiest thing to do. I could spend time talking to him and try to get him to put down his gun and turn himself in and blah, blah, blah. But while I'm doing all that, this guy could shoot other guys. But if I shoot him first, which is the easiest way, then I saved a whole bunch of other guys from getting shot.
Okay, so this friend of a friend is shooting other people? You know, quote unquote.
No, the bad guy's shooting people. I don't think you're understanding me at all here, Doc.
I am a little confused.
I get it. But good thing is, you just helped me understand what I'm trying to do. So shooting the guy is always the right thing because it always
Oh
saves
my
the most
god.
lives.
Oh no. No, that's not what I'm saying.
It's okay, Doc. I get it. I get it now. All right, I gotta go. You have a great day.
Oh, fuck. All right. And so we'll move along in time. Unless you guys have anything else to do. The concert is starting. You can see Desiree is at the building where your like a pagoda style stage is being set up, mostly complete, on the top of the radio tower. Quinn, I guess you probably would have come to this building beforehand to do your preliminary walkthrough, make sure it was empty. You kick some homeless folks out just to make sure. But other than that, it is empty. And Desiree has a construction crew there already, setting up, giant 12-inch speakers. Just stacks of them on either side. There's a network guy there patching into the radio tower. And yeah, everything's just coming together. People on your garden page, Wraith, are asking, what's happening? It's coming up. Where do we go? Is it a concert? Is it the album?
I respond, yes.
Oh my god!
How long is it before the show?
We'll say it's relatively soon before the show at this point.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm not going to share my
or so.
geoloc, but I'm also not going to conceal. Like, you know how you have to actively conceal your geoloc?
Yeah.
I'm not going to conceal it, but I'm not going to share it either when I respond yes.
Okay. Okay. People start tuning into that, and you can see immediately there's people chatting like, this is where he is! Go there!
Damn.
You guys have set up your speakers. You've gotten into your costume. I think the plan was you guys are going to dress yourselves today.
Yeah.
So what are you wearing today?
I'm going with my classic outfit. The doctor's coat, some ripped jeans, the like punk rock kind of look. My
Okay.
hair is spiked up and like violent red, but I want it to thrum with the beat of the music.
Okay.
Basically, because I don't have it actually attached to any of the instruments, I'm going to set it on a 4/4.
Okay. Deeps has his mohawk set up, leather jacket, distressed jeans, his Johnny Silverhand t-shirt. Juno is there, dressed in their normal kind of like mod suspenders, white button-up shirt, and slacks. Cage is there. He's wearing like a wife beater and a denim jacket. Looking a little strung out.
That's right.
And you guys are setting up your equipment. Desiree's walking through the stage with you. She says, all right, so what I'm thinking here is we've got this giant pagoda. We're going to cover it in some sheets. You'll be out in front of the sheets. We'll wait until the sun starts to come down, put the spotlights on you. You'll say something, however you want to start. Pull down the pagoda, intro first song.
Love it.
Good?
Yeah.
Do you know how to dance? This is really a question for the future, but do you know how to dance?
If I were to quantify my dance, I would say I'm very bad at it.
Like 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10? What are we talking?
5 out of 10, but it's not something I've ever
5 out of 10
devoted
is
any effort
workable.
into. So I'd probably take a penalty on doing it, but
I will keep that in mind for the future.
I'll work on it. I'll take
She
classes.
like pulls out her agent. Get Wraith dancing lessons. Puts it away. Okay. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Let's do this.
I would
Okay.
say Moxie was going to ask Checkers to be in standby near her car in case they need to Delta quick. And then she remembers Checkers doesn't have her car.
True.
All right.
So I think Moxie would give you the keys to her bike and just, if shit goes south, get Wraith and get him out if Angelina doesn't have him.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, Angelina is standing kind of nearby Wraith, just keeping her eye on him.
I'm intentionally not doing anything suspicious.
She
Moxie's
is
going to
watching
make
you
sure.
very carefully today.
She's probably set Quinn up in the radio tower if possible with his sniper rifle. Maybe with Rex too, just so that they can keep an eye on the crowd and anything incoming.
Okay. Makes sense.
Unless you guys, if you guys are against this, by the way, please tell Moxie. That's fine.
Nope, so far so good.
Everybody seems fine. Cammy is not present at the location, but she is available on the agents. She says, I want to make sure that this police department or this video screen near the police department does not go out.
Appreciate it.
Unlike the nail salon, check in every 5 minutes, please. Moxie will send that as a separate direct message to Cammy.
She says, got you.
Moxie sends a heart.
1 minute until I take stage.
Everybody's you see already there are some fans filtering in, and Desiree glances down, tilts her head to a side.
It's so weird. I figure building a pagoda in a public place probably tips some people off.
Uh-huh. All right, I'm gonna put out the word where we are.
All
We'll
right.
give it 5 minutes, and then you can get started.
Sounds good.
Angelina comes up to you, gives you a hearty slap on the back.
Thank you.
Don't you fucking run away from me.
I will. I'm not going to run away from you.
She just nods, goes about her business.
Unless you start shooting at me, and then I'll probably run away from you. But
You won't make it very far if that ever becomes the case.
you got it.
And boom, you're on stage. You see people filtering in from all around, and you can hear down below, Kabuki, Kabuki, Kabuki. And there's this like faint volume at first, as there's only a few people in the audience to start. As people, gather and get around, people like down the street who may not even be your fans, you have no idea, are starting to notice the racket that's going on, and they look down there, or down towards your the your stage, I suppose. And some of them, out of sheer curiosity, start filtering in as well. You're throwing this impromptu concert. But when the crowd size seems decent enough, Desiree points her finger, and the spotlights come onto you on the center of the stage. What do you say?
I just want to go home. It seems the countdown timer hasn't ended yet, so maybe stick around and see where that goes. Then I'm going to go into my first song.
Okay. The veil is pulled off the pagoda. Some of the pyrotechnics that have been set up spray out and elicits a wide roar from your crowd down below. Some of them say, "What's the timer?" You can hear that distinctly from the crowd. And you start your first song. And get into it. People down below are going crazy, jumping around, moshing. The rest of y'all are...
Sorry.
What?
I was just going to say, I'm going to open with what our most popular song was as Kabuki before we became Kabuki Reborn.
Okay.
I'm going to open with that energy before moving into the new stuff. So.
Okay, your crowd eats it up. They're super excited to hear a classic.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all good. The rest of y'all are in your various positions. Sorry, where's Checkers and Quinn? Where
I
are
thought I was-
Checkers and Quinn?
I'm basically on the street with the bike a little ways away as a getaway driver if needed.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bike. If you want to be right next to the stage, girl, you'd be right next to the stage.
Well, the tower.
Yeah.
Well, be right next to
You
the
could
tower,
be-
you'd be right next to the tower.
You can be right
yeah.
next to the exit door. But,
Yeah, you could be in the crowd.
That is fine. I'm just not, I'm on street level.
Okay. And Quinn?
I assumed that I thought I was in the radio tower up in the.
Yeah, you're in
I'm
the
just
perch.
making sure that I know where
Yeah.
everybody's at. Okay.
Yeah.
Pizza's on stage. If you're
I
wondering.
would Wraith and Deeps. Yeah, Wraith and Deeps are on stage. When the concert starts, Moxie would like to send a text to Mendez.
Okay.
If Chief Check isn't in the police station, you should make sure she is. Or you should get her there, I think. That sounds less ominous.
He sends you a question mark. No reply.
Nope. Not right now. I'll wait until it's closer to new segment airing.
Okay. You guys you guys finish up your first song. The crowd is loving it. You can hear the crowd down below, screaming Kabuki Reborn! Kabuki Reborn!
In each of the interstitial bits between songs, I want to focus on like the feeling of home and the community and like where I came from, building towards the end of it.
Is there
like-
anything in particular you want to say about, in particular, like where you're from? So
No, they're gonna be stories about like hey, I want to thank you guys for being there at the vigil. I want to thank you for being there at my housewarming party. Like, that kind of stuff. Like, talk about how good people are to each other, stuff like that.
some crowd work. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Keep them interested, keep the tempo high.
let's go ahead and get some performance checks
Okay.
in. Gonna get one for Deeps as well.
Does
Yes.
someone want to roll for Deeps?
I'm
He
afraid to.
got a 13 on his roll.
Deeps got a 13.
Yeah. I got a total of 20. My synthrum and sing are the same thing, so you pick whichever one you prefer
So you said Deep's got a 13 on his roll?
on the roll.
Nice. Deep's got a 26 on guitar.
Oh my gosh. 23, did you say?
For Deep's 26.
26, sorry.
And I have a
And
20.
then Wraith got a what?
20.
Once again, Cage fucks it up with an 11.
Nice.
Not
Good
that
job,
bad.
Cage.
And Juno. Oh wait, I can't remember. Gets a 20. Yeah, Cage has got to go. Anyway, if it weren't for Juno picking up the bass lines that they
Right.
are echoing of each other, it would not sound correct. But it is a live concert, and nobody really knows how bad you play anyway. However, the rest of y'all carry the band, doing excellent. Deeps even improvs an entire solo using something kind of borrowed from Johnny Silverhand, but he tweaks it enough that it does not sound the same. Maybe rhythmically it sounds similar, but yeah, he busts out an entire solo at one of the newer songs, and your crowd loves it. They start screaming Deeps' name at that
Nice.
moment.
Awesome.
Deeps, 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 Deeps.
Around my crowd work around the middle of the show, I'm gonna talk about how I can't go home because things have gotten complicated.
Okay.
And then at the end,
Can you color these more for us a little bit?
no, no, like I'm gonna open with the phrase "I want to go home" and then talk about the countdown like I did, and then like most of the interstitials are just gonna be like, "Hey, I love you guys. Thank you so much, taking good care of each other. Like Kabuki's always been a family, and I love the Nook. I love all the people that helped raise me because I came up on the streets, and this is home." Like those are the early interstitials, and then the middle interstitials are going to be like, unfortunately, shit went bad, and sometimes you can't go home no matter how hard you try, like that kind of stuff. And then before I start the last song, I'm gonna. I know.
Wait.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
All right.
During your concert, you
Yeah.
notice that common trend where people are looking out for each other persists throughout this concert.
Nice.
Driving home your community-driven efforts that you've made throughout, well, basically your entire career. One thing in particular you notice, and Desiree did not set up entirely, you notice there is a Thornton Galena with its hatch open with a wide array of various goods being distributed out by Miss Sparkles
Awesome, nice
down
of her.
below.
Nice.
It's a very familiar looking car.
Right.
Now go ahead.
When you say Thornton Galena, do you mean Archer?
Oh, yes, that's what I meant. Sorry. And it wouldn't be a
Okay.
hatchback in that case.
Right. Regardless.
Yep. My bad. I always forget what that car was.
The Glenna was what we had before the van.
Yeah. I get it. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Sometimes the only way to change things and make things better is to stand up and fight the good fight, even if you know you're not going to win. I've been doing my best to try to make the community better, and I swear to God, each and every one of you is doing your part. You're good people, and this is a good place. Yeah, things get shitty, and sometimes your shit gets stolen, but you know what? At the end of the day, we got to take care of each other. But there are elements out there that may seem like they're helping us, but they're not. I know a reporter. Her name's Moxie 11. She's been working real hard to get to the truth. And at the end of the day, isn't that what's important? When the timer hits 0, her article's coming out. And it will expose all the bullshit that made it to where I'm not at home. I want to go home, and I can't go home. But you know what? God damn it. I'm going home. Read the article. Hear the truth. Don't be fucking brainwashed.
Very nice. Now for the moment of truth.
Yeah.
You'll need to roll your charismatic impact, and for this instance, because the majority of your band did well, I will give you a +1 to this charismatic impact. Now, remember, this is synergizing with Moxie's article, so whatever you get on this could provide a bonus towards Moxie on releasing
Or
her
a-
article.
Or a negative. I'm dumping my luck on this, by the way.
Nice.
All right. 15 plus 8, 23.
23.
Yeah.
Okay. 23 is damn good. When the timer starts nearing the last 10 seconds, you can hear the excitement from your crowd is simply buzzing. Everybody's stoked, and you can hear at first it's small, just a few voices carrying above the crowd saying 10, 9, 8, and then everybody starts joining in 7, 6, 5, and it just raises to a fever pitch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Moxie, would you like to say your article as screens everywhere throughout this area, and then Watson in general start flickering on to, they distort, show your article. Go ahead.
Sure. So about like 30 seconds as Ray's doing that last speech, she will send a message to Mendez that says, eyes on the screen outside. And that's all she sends.
Okay.
Moxie's news segment, normally her news segments are just a silhouette of a woman with images behind. This time, Moxie puts her face on the video, which is not something she does often. It's very rare. The title below of the news segment is "A Nook Abandoned." Nearly a month ago, dozens of citizens in Watson became victims of a hostile gang takeover, an atrocity that has been absent justice or media attention in the weeks following the devastating explosion that displaced an entire community. And her face fades, and we get the imagery of the Nook that Deeps took. First, it's the Nook as it was, and as she talks, it will go to the destruction. The section of businesses and residences along Chinook Avenue between Bellevue and Grant is colloquially, I can't say that in the accent, holy crap, known as the Nook. While small, the Nook established a strong sense of community by supporting and looking out for one another. Violence was minimal, courtesy of the residents, the area's fixer, and some members of law enforcement. Now this once prospering community has transformed into a ghost and rubble-filled road where the blood of innocents stains its asphalt. The official NCPD incident report details an early morning attack that destroyed Frank's hovel and the two-story cube hotel located behind and above the popular bar. And the police report appears on the screen. The report indicates the use of explosives that injured over a dozen citizens and killed 27 others, a number that took approximately 3 days to tally due to the carnage inflicted on this once peaceful neighborhood. While the report is unclear as to the motivation behind this attack, Timothy Bridgefort, Watson's city manager and district alderman, claims it was gang violence as evidence from this conversation he had with Jared Stolz, city manager of the Glen. And the audio clip plays. Regrettably, while justice remains unserved, those responsible for this death and destruction have taken root, increasing their presence and activity in the neighborhood. Various residents testified on the presence of these gang members before and after the Nook's destruction. And there are the interviews that FC collected from the residents. For more history on the area, I spoke with Rex, the Nook's local fixer and long-term resident. This is what he had to say about the community. And Rex's interview plays. Rex isn't the only former resident who wishes to help the community. Wraith, lead member of the band Kabuki Reborn, which I'm sure the crowd screams at the location where they are, and drowns out a little bit, has been performing a series of pop-up concerts to bring awareness and supplies to those in need. And it kind of shows, whatever, and there's links to those specifically in her video. I spoke with Wraith about his work, during which he mentioned his wish to return to the Nook. When questioned about his current residency outside Watson, he revealed an attempt on his life by one of the gang members. And it goes into Wraith's interview where he talks about the Capuas attempting to shoot at him. This unprovoked attack was corroborated by Cameron Diego, the driver of the taxi that brought Wraith to the Nook and subsequently became an additional target as he successfully drove the celebrity and his companions out of the area to safety. Audio clip from Cameron Diego. This innocent worker is nothing short of a hero, deserving praise for his deeds and justice for the crime committed against him. In pursuit of that justice, my investigation has revealed the person who caused this catastrophic violence that started in the Nook and took to the streets across various districts. That person is Aoi Shizuka, leader of the violent gang currently occupying the Nook. Aoi Shizuka, known on the street as Blue due to his cybernetic skin, and there's a picture of Blue that they got from the Rory mission ages ago, was formerly a member of the Tiger Claws and used to operate in Old Japantown. The Tiger Claws have issued this statement confirming the excommunication of Blue and his gang. Audio statement from Tanaka plays. While the Tiger Claws refused to give specific reasons for the excommunication, rumors speculate it had to do with Blue accepting corporate blood money. Blue's gang is believed to number around 30 members. The most notorious and likely largely responsible for this horrific occupation are, and as she says names, their pictures and the NCPD crime database show up. Kenji Kito Ishikawa, Aiko Whisper Sato, Ronin Nakamura, Mia Kato, and the Capuas. All are extremely skilled in combat, and given their actions and compliance in killing unarmed innocents, have forsaken any honor they once held. This gang, projecting the name and image of the Tiger Claws, likely for shelter, is a dangerous one to leave unchecked in the area. Yet what alarms me more is the complete and utter lack of attention from City Manager Timothy Bridgefort and the NCPD of Precinct 3. Bridgefort's conversation with Stoll, showcased earlier in this report, indicates his desire to rid his district of violent gangs. And yet there has been no word from Bridgefort or his office regarding Blue and his gang after their invasion of the Nook. And slowly there will be images of the Tiger Claws in the Nook. The media have received no press releases. The city manager's office has not supplied any official statement about this event or any current plans to seek justice for the atrocity committed. Nor has there been any show of support from the city manager's office to NCPD's Precinct 3 for a collaborative effort to take down this volatile and dangerous gang. What could Bridgefort be waiting for, and why aren't the NCPD taking action? These individuals are in the NCPD database as criminals, and yet not a single member of the gang has been brought in for questioning despite their sudden occupation of the area. Perhaps the NCPD have been paid to look the other way. Perhaps Marcella Czech, police chief of Precinct 3, has taken a page out of Simon Buckle's playbook, receiving money, allowing the gang to take root and flourish. And there's a link to Simon Buckle's video where he was being arrested and whatnot. Could the blood money Blue received actually come from the city manager himself? This would not be the first time the district has seen city managers make deals with gangs. And there's a link to Moxie's article that tore down Codsworth. It is my hope that my speculation is incorrect, and within the next 24 hours, the NCPD of Precinct 3, in collaboration with the district city manager, will take swift and decisive action to remove the danger of Aoi Shizuka and his criminal underlings. There is nothing I wish more than to see justice for those who lost their lives and peace for those who remain behind. To see the residents able to return home, reopen their businesses, and find unity and safety in their community once again. This is Moxie 11, revealing the truth at the 11th hour. And her image fades and the logo appears.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay.
There's
done.
I think I totaled in my count 8 pieces of
I
evidence?
counted 10, but I
got the
gave
same.
you
I
some
grouped
leeway
some.
on a few of them. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and roll. You certainly got the 5 at least.
Yeah.
You will get a +1 for Wraith's roll.
Okay.
Or -1, however you want to look at it. A bonus to you.
Yes.
Let's see, what else is there? There's the one for the one for the one piece of evidence, and then plus another. Is it 1?
2.
It's plus
I
2.
get 2.
So that's 4 total so
Yep.
far. Anything else? You're not publishing under the Gorilla.
No, but I did spend 40 hours, so can I roll to see if I get a +1 for
Yes.
however we decide to do that? I think I have to roll composition and then photo film?
Sure. That seems right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or do I just have to I just have to roll photo film
Yes, that's correct.
because
I
should
don't
roll-
remember
okay.
what we decided.
That's what we
Just
decided.
roll one of them and we'll see.
Photo film because it's a video.
You know
segment,
what?
so I know it has to
Because
be
you
that one.
went through the effort of actually writing this down, I'll just make you
Yes.
forgive the roll and give you the +1.
Thank
so
you.
5.
Okay.
So that's a +5. I don't think you can fail this.
I can fail it.
Oh no. It's pretty
If
good.
I roll a 10, I fail.
Okay.
I hate these so much because there's nothing I can do. That is a 3.
Nice. So
That dice always rolls low, and I'm so happy about it.
while the crowd does get pumped when they hear Wraith's name just because they heard Wraith's name,
Right.
for the most part, your audience is dead silent as all heads are turned on the screens. They're silent for what feels like an eternity afterwards. And then you hear shouts of rage.
I will say when
Timothy Bridgeford! Hang Timothy Bridgeford! He's not doing shit! He's sitting there letting innocent people die! You hear.
I've been sitting on the edge of the stage with my feet dangling off during everyone listening quietly. And then as the noise starts happening and people are finishing watching the video, I'm going to say, I'm going home. And then we're going to go into one last song. And when it ends, the album releases.
I will
Nice.
say, after the logo on the black screen, Moxie did put up how to help, call the city manager's office, demand justice, and has the phone number there.
Very
Call the
nice.
NCDBD Precinct 3 and demand justice, and has the phone number there.
Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of a montage here. Over the next few hours, people, reporters, are constantly at the police precinct, bugging Sergeant Check, and Hernandez himself. Timothy Bridgefort is caught in public. He's at like a private event, and you can see him in the news reports exiting immediately after this report is issued, walking to his car. Reporters are already there. They were probably already there for different reasons, but they're immediately asking questions about, did you hear the Moxie 11 report? Do you have any comments? And he's just like holds up his hand, moving into his AV without comment. The rest of this city, what am I trying to say? The civil servants, the politicians, these folks, many of them are on your side, Moxie, saying she's given voice to the people who needed that voice heard the most. Something needs to be done. Timothy Bridgefort has failed at his job. The police department, Hernandez is, look, while our hands are tied by what we can do with human resources and what our government allows us to accomplish, rest assured that the Nook has been an area we have been looking into deeply, and provided we receive proper support, we will act on it immediately. These gangs have gotten away with too much as of late. Another interesting side effect is that there are statements issued from Timothy Bridgefort saying, rest assured we will do whatever we can to bring justice to the people who lost their lives in the Nook. And additionally, they talk about other gangs, crack down on those gangs, namely Maelstrom, which is big in the area, and talking about resuming the trial against T1K effective immediately. This causes a whole separate shitstorm. Maelstrom is livid. There is violence that cracks out at different areas in the city because of this. The police are working hard to counter it. However, it does seem like there are plans in progress for tackling the Nook. And that is where I'm going to leave off for the night. Thank you all for coming. I love you. Fortunately, our regularly scheduled game may not be here next week. Games is taking a little bit of a vacation. I will keep you posted, so just watch out for the Discord. But we love you all. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.